Good morning, Soul Family. Tracy here with Sweet Spot e-magazine. Let's just jump in. Thank you so very much for the likes, the subscribes, the shares, the views, the comments, the super thanks, the donations, everything. Let's ring the bell. Let's clear the energy. And let's see what the message the Spirit has for us today. Mm, okay. It's going to be like a mixed message because there's like somebody talking in the foreground and there's somebody saying something like in the background. It's like almost kind of like back around back around in the background, like maybe somebody from the past. It's no longer important, or that was important at one time. Somebody that no longer fits that bill is going to try and come back around, but they're now in the background. Bottom of the deck, the death card. Something is it's done. It's over with. It's like, what are you doing here? That's kind of weird. It's kind of odd. It's like it's like after a long time, someone is. It's like long time, and it's almost like somebody just shows up. Justice in the Four of Wands in the reverse. Oh. So it's like somebody, like maybe somebody from the past that was married, that maybe somebody you was interested in, somebody that you always wished and hoped for, that they would look at you or whatever, but they never ever did. They didn't even look your way. You weren't even worthy, but they got married to somebody else. Now they're divorced. They're divorced. They're angry. They're not healed. They're not happy. They know that they don't want to be alone for the rest of their life. They haven't done their work, but they want to be happy. They're looking at you because they see that you're happy. They feel like if they come back and they get with you, that you would be able to supply their happiness, not them understanding that that's a one man job. Happiness is a single man's mission. You could be in a room full of people, but if you're not happy, you're not happy. I feel like this person, they always looked at who they was with, but they kind of like never really gave themselves completely to that person. They always had to kind of have their guard up with that person, because it's almost like they saw something in you. They did this and did that and this, yeah, the other, and they felt like you were their person, but you were just like, back then you were just like, I'm good. So they felt like they suffered some heartbreak, so they kind of went through life trying to make you suffer some more heartbreak, whenever they really, until they realized that they were the one that was actually doing the suffering of the heartbreak. They were fighting to keep you out, but they really wanted you to be in, because you were their Queen of Cups to their King of Cups. But for whatever reason, maybe they had made a prior commitment or whatever, but they were going to stand true to They was going to be 10 toes down with that one, even if it meant getting unhappier and more frustrated and upset and more aggravated and not knowing and more bitter and more fucked up on the inside. But it's like this person was just too prideful to admit that they chose the wrong thing, that they meant to choose you, but they didn't. They were too prideful to say that, too prideful to admit that was what they really wanted. This relationship with you. They held this in for all these years, for all this time. They've held that in. And now they're divorced and they're coming to you for you to make them happy. But they haven't figured out what makes them happy themselves. They haven't figured out why they're not even happy. They don't know what makes them happy. They have to figure that out first before they should really come to you. But they want they want they want to get a spot in your life so that you know, hey, I'm right here. I'm right here. No, no, don't let nobody else in. I'm right. I'm back. I'm back. Back. Mm, I'm back in town. Hey. Listen, I know it's been several years, but I'm back, baby. I'm back. I'm the man. I'm the man. Mm, mm, mm. Bottom of the deck. Anti-hero. You might be back and all, but you ain't worked shit out. I mean, it's kind of awkward because you expect to come back and now all of a sudden I'm supposed to be like, oh my gosh, Hercules, Hercules, Hercules. But I've already done that, created that type of relationship with someone else. So there's someone else that already has the heart. There's someone else that someone has already created a bond with. Trust, confidence, sharing, communication, love, real love. Not that fake shit, but that heartfelt shit from the moment that you met. That type of love. If somebody wants you to forget all that and just to push somebody else away so that you could be with them, because they don't want to feel like the outsider. They want someone else to be the outsider because now they want to come in. They don't want you to be happy. They don't want you to be happy because they're not happy and they see that you are. They don't like that. Someone wants to come in and create a situation for you. But they don't see and realize that the perfect situation has already been created. Thank you, Spirit. Someone that understands now that, they force themselves into some type of relationship. They force themselves into some type of relationship because they wanted to make you feel some sort of way. But they didn't realize that when they did this, when they forced themselves into some sort of relationship, they were the one that was in the nightmare. Not you. Not you. You was like, oh, I'm feeling good. Life is good. The sun is good. The moon is good. The flowers are good. The grass is good. Somebody, and they see that. No matter how long they stayed there, they see that you kept rising to the top. Even whenever they wished ill will on you. They wished ill will on you. They wanted you to suffer. They wanted you to want them as much as they wanted you. And at one point, you wanted them as much as they wanted you. But the thing was, they weren't willing to give up what they didn't want to get what they wanted. So they allowed bitterness to set in. And they started basically hating on you. They started hating on you. And then they tried to get other people to hate on you too. But really, they didn't really hate you. It's just that they just wanted to be with you. They wanted to be with you. They didn't want nobody else to be with you. They wanted to be with you. And so what did it took them 15, 20, 25, 30, 40 years to figure the shit out? They're here. So what did it took them 2, 3, 4 years to figure the shit out? They here. So what did they gave somebody else the best motherfucking years of their life and they broke down and half the shit don't work? They here. They ready to get with you now. They ready to get with you now because they see ain't nobody else wanting them, but they hoping that you want them as much as you used to. When they were still good, when they still, had that little family, They was giving them the best years of their life. But now, several years later, and way past any type of universal law, clock, statute of limitations, they back. They back. They back. And they call them for help. They're not going to try and act like they're calling for help. They're going to try and act like, hey, I am who you really want to be with. I am that person of nobility. And if you know what's good for you, you're going to give me what I want when I want it, and you're going to give it willingly. Willingly. Because if you don't, you know, I can go out there and I can get somebody else. You know I can get somebody else. But I really want to come to you because deep down inside, I really don't think that I can get anyone else. And I just hope that you steal that person that loves me. Somebody sat there and watched somebody else try and even make them jealous with this other person. They sat there and they watched it. But you know what? They knew the entire time. Don't even worry about it. Because they said to themselves at that moment, at that very moment, this is the type of person that probably Called some people to say, hey, watch this, what I'm gonna do, You know what I'm gonna do? Watch what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna call this person and let them know I'm getting married just so I break their heart. It's the type of person that did that. Call you to tell you, yeah, I'm getting married to somebody else. You know, just to see what you was gonna do. Just to see what you was gonna do. Because inside they secretly wanted you to act up, to be upset. They wanted you to be like fucking green with envy. They wanted you to throw a fit. They did. They wanted you to be stuck in your head. They wanted you to be green with envy, to feel like, oh my gosh, please take me back. Please take me back. You know, I'll do anything. I'll do anything. But you didn't. You didn't. Because you already knew that person, what they were trying to do. It was like your inner guides already told you that person was trying to bait you so that they could sacrifice you. So you refused to move. Instead, you said, you know what? I wish you the absolute best. I wish you the absolute best. And you know what? I'm going to pray that you have a long, committed, happy, healthy relationship and life. That person at that moment couldn't really stand everything that you were, because they knew that you were the natural one that they should have been being with, that you were the natural choice. And since they didn't choose you, it's like the last day in the light of them experiencing you came when they chose that other person. So that was like just giving this person a reason to go outside of the relationship that they chose to seek excitement, because that person was not you. That person was never going to be you. That person didn't even measure up to you. It was something about you. You, every time they looked at you, you always looked young. You always looked vibrant. You always looked energetic. You always looked just like the day that they met you. And you always talked about a mustard seed of faith. You always talked about God. You always gave it to God. You never sat there and gave praise to anyone else but God. They couldn't stand this about you. They couldn't. They didn't like that you purposely made it a point to do good in life. You purposely made it a point to do good in life, and they purposely made it a point to do bad. And they sat here and hoped and wished and prayed that one day she would do something so incredibly vile, vicious, horrible, ugly, mean, that everybody would see that they need to cast you out, that they need to make you an outsider, that they need to make you an example. But you didn't. You always had the discipline. You always had Goose. You were always classy because you saw how other people acted. You saw the monster within them, and you didn't want to be anything like them. You saw how they treated other people and how they made other people feel. And you saw it was because they were just so thirsty, so timid, so down on self, such low self-esteem that they had to do anything that they could think of, any and everything that they could think of to bring someone else down. You saw this. You saw their hate. You saw them at their most primal, their lowest, their most lowest energy. And you saw how they loved it. How they got off on that. How they actually got off on mistreating someone else. But most importantly, you saw how they tried to get others involved. They tried to seduce other people to think like they thought, act like they acted, do like they do, be like they want them to be. Something about some karma came back around. Made somebody feel like a clown. And you know it. Now they feel trapped. They don't know what to do. Someone does not know what to do. They feel trapped because they made some type of public announcement about who they chose and why they didn't choose you. But now it's really difficult to have to swallow your words when the truth comes out. Someone spoke their truth. And they know everything that person said was a lie. It's kind of hard to swallow your words. You said so many of them. And they were so bad, so negative to so many different people. They wanted someone to feel completely left out in the cold. There was not one nice thing that they said about this person. Not one. Someone would say, hey, how's so-and-so doing? The only nice thing they would say is like, oh, they fine. But then did you know, and they ain't doing this, and they ain't doing that, and they ain't doing this, and they ain't doing that, and they ain't. Somebody ran their mouth. They ran their mouth like they was in at the Indy motherfucking 500. And they ran their mouth about this empress, somebody who's in their own lane, minding their motherfucking business. And they lied on the shit about the shit. They lied on this empress. Somebody ran their motherfucking mouth. And now they feeling stupid. Because the shit, everybody's thinking about that. Everybody remembers that. And now they want to heal. And they seeing that that's an earth angel that they were actually talking about. And they putting two and two together. Somebody ran their mouth about this earth angel, and people are remembering everything that they said. And it just ain't making sense. Everybody's like, well, I thought that you said. I thought you said. Well, wait, no, because I remember you was sitting there. I was sitting there. So-and-so was sitting there. And then somebody else was sitting right here. And we had this conversation. And you distinctly said, blah, 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 blah. And da-da-da-da-da-da. And da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Somebody's recalling everything that somebody else has said about you. And they saying, and it wasn't good. It was all gossip. Well, none of it good. Somebody is seeing that all that shit that somebody was talking about, everything they said they had witnessed about this earth angel, was none of it true. None of it true. Somebody is looking at something a different way now, especially since the sun is out. Everybody sees everything now. Can't hide nothing. There are no shadows any longer because the sun is out. Somebody's really sad and sorry that they even said anything. What's the message? Yeah, somebody, they see now that you are their wish fulfillment, but they didn't think that before. Before they thought that they was the wish fulfillment for you. This person may be doing a lot of drinking. They may be doing a lot of drinking because they still have not decided to grow the fuck up and accept responsibility for the shit that you did. Accept responsibility for the shit that you said back in the day. Somebody is thinking about that. The shit that they said back in the day, how it's affecting them today. Because all that shit is coming right back up. Oops, like this. They're seeing all that shit that they created in the past, running their damn mouth, talking all that yin yang Chinese shame. It's all coming back up, creating a fucking, it all came back, created a fucking burden. Yep. Yep. All that work that they did against this star, it's all coming back. Everything that they said against this star is all coming back. There's something about a Queen of Coins and a Queen of Wands. They experiencing a tower moment. Something about their entire relationship is going through an upheaval. Their entire relationship is going through an upheaval because someone is understanding that somebody else lied to them. Just felt like somebody's entire world has been destroyed. They feel like everything that was supposed to have been true and honest and good, it's not the truth. Yep. What else, Spirit? What else? What else? Yeah, lots of heartache. Lots of heartbreak. Because someone is understanding that somebody created a whole lot of bullshit. You know, like within this family. It's almost like someone is realizing things aren't what they thought that they were truly were. Yeah, somebody tried to keep that to themselves. Someone tried to keep this whole coffle tightly under wraps. They didn't want someone to walk away, but they see that there's nothing they can do now. They didn't think that them doing this, it's almost like what they were trying to do is they were trying to exalt somebody else and push somebody else down the steps. But the person, whenever they found the one who was always being exalted, found out that maybe they didn't deserve to be exalted. And the one that was always pushed down the steps, they finding out that, you know what? They didn't ever deserve to be pushed down the fucking steps. They're seeing how somebody's energy was kind of fucked up. How somebody purposely threw out some fucked up, hurtful ass energy. I feel like that's why someone stays to themselves. That's why they got a new beginning. That's why it's like I hear that song, The Whole New World. Yeah. Ace of coins in the world. Yeah, it's like they got a whole new beginning. Yep. Whereas those people, the family or whatever, this is what they got. The Five of Cups, the Four of Wands, and the Ten of Swords, and with the Nine of Wands. Not only are they messed up, but they blocked. They blocked. They are blocked. They cannot come and see this person even if they wanted to. They cannot come and see this person even if they wanted to. This is whenever people do too fucking much and don't know when to sit the fuck down and shut the fuck up. Somebody always got to feel like that they got to be there. They got to push the envelope, be the head honcho, be the head honcho. And you're going to be the same head honcho at the front of the line whenever you found the fuck out. Be that fucking head honcho. Yeah. This King of Wands fucked around and found out. Everything that they put in, they now getting back. See, they didn't think about this path that they chose. They didn't think that it was going to lead to this. They didn't think everything through. They thought, I'm good. They thought that there was some type of relationship, some type of real relationship with this Queen of Wands. But that's not the truth. They're finding out that Queen of Wands somehow, some way, is not associated with them. That Queen of Wands has a different, possibly a different, oh, you cannot make this up. Let me show you this. All right. So someone thinks that they had some type of committed relationship with this Queen of Wands, right? And they thought that shit for a long time. They thought that they was the father, right? They thought this shit for a long time. But as it turns out, we go, oops, pull this up. As it turns out, somebody had this passionate relationship with somebody else. Okay. And so this blessing that they received, they thought it was one person's. Come to find out, it was somebody else's. Okay. So these people got together. They had this passionate affair. Angel of Love came down and blessed them with a baby. But that affair ended. Whatever it was done. It was over. It was just passion. And that was it. Nothing more, nothing less, nothing more. But somebody said, "Well, wait a minute. I I'm I'm pregnant." So somebody decided that they needed to go ahead and get married to somebody else. You know, thinking, well, this person won't ever know. This person won't ever know that I had this passionate exchange with somebody else. But come to find out, the person did know because the past decided to catch up with somebody. It was just too many things about this person that didn't set right with this person. They didn't feel. It's like they even had other family members saying, "Are you sure? Are you sure?" Because it's not. Are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure? But somebody was in their ego. They said, "Yes, definitely." But inside, they was like, but they had already like got married to somebody, I feel. And it was like, damn, this may not be mine. But see, instead of them ending something and saying, "Hey, I understand that you are not my blah, 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 blah," or this, that, and the other, and putting up a certain barrier, they said they weren't going to do it like that. They was going to just say, "Okay, we're all, everybody is equal. Everybody is equal." But see, what they didn't plan on was that somebody was going to come and try and do some skullduggery shit that was going to have them make the worst fucking decision of their life. And it was almost like, no, this person doesn't make the worst decision of their life. They actually make the best decision of their life. Yes. They decide that it's time for them that they go on a different path. They go on a path of healing themselves. This is like the best decision of someone's life. And not only that, but they work on completely healing themselves. Completely healing themselves. Wow, this is deep. Somebody like they found out some information that, like, okay, this is not your daughter. Even though you thought it was for all this time, this ain't your daughter. And instead of them saying, "Okay, all right, the one that I know is, or the two or three that I know is, I'm just gonna, when I die, I'm gonna treat them all the same here, but when I die, I'm gonna let you." But they was like, this one was like, no, no, yeah. So they made a decision. So now they have made a decision that shocks the shit out of everybody, that they were gonna go towards this, and they need some healing with this Queen of Cups. So that's their decision. And like I said, shocks the shit out of everybody. because they understand the truth of the situation. This person is dealing in truth. They're no longer they're no longer not seeing what they need to see about this relationship. They see exactly who this person is. The Six of Wands. And they're sad and sorry that they acted like they didn't know. But the truth set somebody free. And it's about to set them free. They want to communicate. They want to communicate bad, but I feel like somebody is they're blocked. They're stuck. It's like they don't know how to get through. They don't know they don't know where you're at. They don't know how to get through. They just know that they have a lot that they want to say. There's a lot that they want to talk about, that they want to get off their chest, that they're afraid that they're never going to get that opportunity to say, because they understand that you were so guarded, that you were so protected, that you were just like not fucking around because of this whole Three of Cups situation before. Whereas, you put other people with the Three of Coins, you put other people in front of you. You treated this person like they was absolutely nothing, and you did this shit for a while. This person wants to apologize. They have definitely been receiving their karma. They've definitely been receiving their karma. They've definitely had the opportunity to go within. They did their own research. They did their own investigation. They looked back. They looked close. They looked at photos. They looked at records. They asked questions. And see, the Queen of Wands couldn't respond the same way that the Queen of Cups did. Or would. Or has. Or will. They saw that this Queen of Wands had one thing that they were thinking about. One thing that was really important to them, and it was them. And that's it. Nothing more. Nothing less. So then they decided to make a decision. A decision that involved possibly a mother. This Queen of Coins. Not only did they make a decision, but they started really remembering things. Remembered a lot. A lot. A lot. They even remembered the circumstances in which they got together with the mother. They remembered all of those circumstances. And now, hindsight, they see that they should have left that bitch alone. But now somebody feels trapped. They feel stuck. They don't know what to do. They feel blocked. They know they just want their happiness back. They're not happy without you. They just want their happiness back. Someone is even really willing to work hard at restoring this relationship to what it used to be before the conflict, before the bad decision. Bottom of the deck, justice. All is as it should be. All is well. What's the message, Spirit? Yeah. I kind of feel like someone is kind of depressed, because they keep thinking about everything from the past, everything that they did, to possibly push someone else out of a family, you know, how they allowed somebody else to manipulate them, you know, and to work on them to break them down. Somebody definitely has regrets. And it's like they can't move past this. They're not moving past this. They don't feel like they're able to move past this because every time they think about it, every day, every time they close their eyes, they think about this conflict. They think about this. Someone else there, they see now how this Queen of Rods was trying to just take from them. They see that now, how this Queen of Rods was just trying to take from them. Because this Queen of Rods saw, oh, wait, oh, wait. Things are getting close. This Emperor has a lot, and I want to get in on it. And they're upset that they didn't see that before. They're upset that they did not see that before. That's why they're depressed. They're like, family? What family? Yeah, that's all I can think about. What family? They All they can think about is the one who's no longer there, the one who's out in the cold. That's it. How the wheel has turned. Now they're feeling blocked. Whereas they blocked you, they wanted you to feel unwelcome, un unwelcome, not loved, confused, like you don't know what you're doing, like there was some you was the secret, you was the class clown, you was the scapegoat. That's how they wanted you to feel. They didn't know that when you took your love and you went away, that they were going to be the ones that suffered. They were going to be the ones to feel it. They didn't realize that you could exist without them. They just couldn't exist without you. You were the one that has the strength. But now they know. Someone wants to travel towards you so much, but they're afraid that if they get there, you turn them away, or you argue with them, or you refuse to see them, or something. Someone is they want to see you. They want to come and they want to make amends. They want to just talk to you. They want to be like, listen. They want to hug you. They do. They want to hug you. They want to collaborate with you. They want to be with you. They want to work this out with you. But most importantly, they've been wanting to hug you for a while. I almost feel like they're like, God, let me just be able to hug her or hug him. I feel like someone feels like if they could just be with you, if they could look at you, if they could talk with you, if they could just it's like they're trying to think of ways that they can show you, work on how much they want, they care, they want to be with you, how much they love you, you know but they're still getting upset, and they're still having a hard time when they start thinking about this decision. Someone wants to apologize. They really do. They want to offer you a cup of love. And they're afraid that this is justice. They're afraid that this is karma for how they treated you. They're afraid that you may never be in their life again. They're afraid that they may never see you again. It's almost like they don't want that, but they're trying to prepare for that. That they're hoping for the best, praying, wishing for the best, to be able to come back with you again. Anything else, Spirit? You had already told someone this. You already shared this with them. You already said that justice will come swiftly. And that's exactly what's happening. Justice is being served swiftly. I love y'all. Subscribe. And I'll see you soon.